Well, I think I'm going back in history now and thinking about all those German textbooks I had back at Emory University when I was taking German, struggling through it. But I am very glad to have Adele Landauer
Yes.
here on my program talking about history, but how it's connected with our future. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
From Deutschland. Adele, tell us, I heard part of your presentation, but I was enthralled by it, and certainly you engaged the audience.
Yes.
Rarely an American audience has an opportunity to really hear and learn about the lessons from Deutschland, Germany,
yeah.
and how certainly the country has leapfrogged forward.
Yes.
And you use that in the speaking that you
Yes.
do. So share with us your perspective on that.
Yeah. So I think the whole life is full of contradictions. We all have very bright sides, but we also have a dark side as a person, as individuals, but also the nations have that. And especially in Germany, we are full, our whole history is full of contradictions. We achieved a lot of great things for the whole world, but we also are responsible for the most heinous crime in history, I would say. So, and this is some of my topics I'm talking about. Look at the contradictions. But if you really look at all of this and you are not just try to hide the dark sides, if you say, okay, this is my dark side and I have a bright side as an individual or as a nation, then we all can truly grow. And these contradictions are responsible for walls we build around us. And then I say and compared, the Germans are specialists for building walls, but we are also specialists for tearing them down. And I go the way with my audience that if they really look at the contradictions, if they face it, then they can really see their walls around them, and then they are able, when they really see it, to tear them down, like we did it in one night. That means we all can tear down our personal walls in one night in order to liberate our highest potential. This is the most important thing for me, that we liberate and live our highest potential, because so often we don't live everything what's in us, we just live a part of us. So, but if you tear down your wall, people often think this is reality, but it isn't reality. It's just a wall around me, an energetic wall, a personal wall I built a long time ago in my childhood. But if you face it, then you see, hey, it's just a wall, it's not reality. You can tear it down and then live your highest potential.
Do you feel, as a German, as a very proud German, a sense of conscientious responsibility for the past?
Oh, yes.
And this is an opportunity to move beyond that point? And would you say that you are typical or atypical of proud Germans who are trying to make amends for what has happened 60 plus years ago?
So normally Germans feel a lot of guilt. So we really feel a guilt, and no one is really proud to be a German. And often when I'm abroad, I'm very surprised that people say, oh, you're from Germany, that's great. And we think, why do they think we are great? Because we did so bad stuff. Not me, because I wasn't born there, but you feel as a part of it. So, but the new thing, and you don't believe it, the Soccer World Cup, the last one, which was in Germany, did a lot. So we really discovered a new, but a very good patriotism on a high level. Not like, so we were always afraid. I mean, no one of us had a black, red and gold flag. No one. But all of a sudden you saw these flags in the street, and I was really surprised in the beginning. But
and these are neo-Nazis you're talking about?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Because we know what these flags did, and we know what other nations especially received under these flags.
It's similar to the neo-Nazis we have in the United States, and many of them are young men, and we just try to figure out, where is that connection coming from, and ultimately where is the hate coming from that you have to resort to that particular symbol to use to express your identity.
Yes, yes. And of course we have these neo-Nazis as well, and this is a big problem. But to be honest, this is just a handful. It's often just 10 or at least 20, but so many hundreds, thousands of young and older Germans and in the middle age are really try to learn from their history. So, I mean, it was strange. We said we don't go to war. The same nation that has invaded its neighbors twice in the last century said no.
But certainly World Cup was a way to rebuild, certainly the tearing down of the Berlin Wall, but then World Cup that took place in 2006 was an extraordinary opportunity to bring the world back to Germany from a joyful perspective.
And all the other nations were so joyful, and for me it was so strange, and I was so happy to see just smiley faces on the street. Everyone was happy. There was no aggression. Normally with soccer you always have a lot of rudeness and aggression. It was just fun and joy. So, and all the nations celebrated together with the Germans, and the Germans celebrated with their guests from all over the world. It was just great.
You'd like to bottle that and probably ship it all over the world, right?
So, and I think this is the topic of my speech as well, I think this is because we really faced our contradictions. And a good proof for that is the new memorial to the Holocaust in the center of Berlin, very close to the Reichstag, our capital building, and the Brandenburg Gate. The German government built a huge memorial to the Holocaust. It is in the most expensive real estate area, a space as large as 3 soccer fields. So, and this will remind us for centuries to come what happened in this country. And we really say this is also our history, our dark side. And if you face both of them, the good things and the bad things in ourselves or in every history, I think every country has that in a way.
So true.
I mean, we were really bad. So, but if you face it, then you can really move on.
Yes, and I appreciate what you're saying, what you're doing as an African American. I'm waiting for America to face its history of slavery and to have an open discussion about it. And hopefully now that we have an African American president, we can have that kind of open discussion so that we can then move on. We haven't had that discussion yet as a whole, as an entire country. And it is very similar to what you're saying. So when you can do that kind of confrontation, then it's certainly a lot easier to move on.
In my long version of my speech, in the long version, I put this topic in. So when Obama won the election, so I say it is the same peaceful revolution, like the wall came down in Berlin, like African American, a black man is the next president. It's so extraordinary, and it was the same feeling. I was watching the TV the whole night. For us in Berlin it was night. I was watching from 7 o'clock in the evening until 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was crying just with myself the whole night. I couldn't sleep. It was so great.
It was a door opener, like, okay, this is the new world. This is where we're going.
This is what I'm talking about. And it shows us peaceful revolutions can happen everywhere, every time. This is a wonderful time, and I want to encourage and inspire people to see that, because normally people complain so much. So, and this is also what I say: if you complain and wail so much, then your wall became a wailing wall. You know. So, but look at the nice things. Face also the bad part in yourself, in your history. And the bright side, and then move on and grow. And when light penetrates the darkness, I like this word. When light penetrates the dark, then we can truly grow, and then we can liberate our highest potential.
Well, in closing, I'm thinking about what happened when the during the Jesse Owens in 1936, during the Olympics that
Yes.
took place in Berlin,
Yeah.
and that extraordinary opportunity to showcase a great athlete in the world, and Hitler just departed and just couldn't acknowledge that. Fast forward to 2008, when Obama came to Berlin, and extraordinary crowds of people. So
I was there as well. Yeah.
things can change.
Yeah,
Times
yeah,
can change.
yeah.
People could change, and your message really resonates with many. Adele
Landauer.
Landauer. Adele
Yes.
Landauer. Danke. Danke for your
Dankeschön,
message
Dankeschön.
and for what you're doing for the world.
Thank
you.
you very much.
Okay.